I think you guys, it's time that we introduce the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the GoPro guru from Taiwan, 2 times $1 million challenge, Johnny Lo. All right, let's roll with this. Yo, what's up, Johnny? How are you doing, my friend?
What's up, Ron? Thanks for having me. And yeah, what's up, world GoPro enthusiasts? And if you don't know me, I'm Johnny Lo, GoPro guru, ambassador, whatever you want to call me. And you guessed it right. We have 2 more weeks left or 1 more week left until
1 more week.
challenge. So yeah, I'm here to give you some tips and tricks and try to get you to nail that final shot.
So what can we expect from you today, Johnny? What can the viewers expect?
Yeah, so after filming with GoPro for so many years, I've gathered a lot of experience and a lot of content at that. So, I always after running my workshops and stuff, I get a lot of questions on how I shoot, what tips, tricks do I use, what kind of do I brainstorm what to film and whatnot. So I'm here to just teach you guys some of the easiest and the basic tips and tricks to make your videos shine and your photos just look a lot better.
That's right.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Yeah.
So maybe, Johnny, walk us through what do you actually mean by all of this on screen right here?
Right. So one of my key ingredients is, I always say to all my students or anybody who wants to start filming in general, content is always king. Content is always more important than the specific settings that you want to shoot. Right? A lot of people always ask me, hey, should I use 4K? Should I use 5K, 1080p or whatnot? All that really doesn't matter once you get the right substance and the right content that you want to film, right? Yeah, so I always say content is king. And given the fact that these newer cameras nowadays, right out the box, you just open it, put the battery in there, an SD card, and start filming, and you get proper epic great footage.
So Johnny, at this juncture, maybe can you get more specific, or do you have examples? What do you actually mean? Like content is king.
Let's see. I prepared a video here. Right. So this was the first attempt with the Hero 7. I was fortunate enough to go to Maldives for a fun trip with some of these Southeast Asian content creators. So this shot right here, I just saw the beauty of the 2 palm trees and that swing there. So I just wanted to fly through there with the Karma. And the second shot is, the award-winning time warp. So for these 2 shots, Hero 7, the main feature was the time warp. So I really wanted to nail that time warp feature. Now this is one thing that each and every $1 million challenge that you really have to hone in on. So for the Hero 7, that newest feature was the time warp. So I had to get a lot of cool time warps. Right. So with these, in fact, in my mind, just get out there, try to get the cleanest shot possible on a bright lit day. Yeah. Another tip I tell, my fellow enthusiasts is I shoot short clips. I keep most of my clips short, within 30 seconds.
Let me play another video, Johnny. You shared with me this amazing attempt as well. I think 2019, you had the idea because GoPro Max was launched in 2019.
Yeah.
And then you had this amazing idea that you wanted to capture a really special time lapse. So maybe walk us through, in this juncture here, when you say content is king, what was going through your mind? What inspired you for this?
Sure, yeah. All right. And with this clip, oh man, with the GoPro Max, I wanted to go all out because, 360 videos, it just brightens up, it just opens up the world of creativity. The world is yours. Right. So this shot, with my good friend Tyler Jordan from California, he's a
what's up, Tyler?
Yeah, what's up, Tyler? If he's watching, but yeah, I'll give him a shout out. He's a good friend of mine, and he flew in from San Diego to visit Taiwan. And I was like, hey, brother, we got to get this shot because I had this. Yeah, see this right here.
Boom! That's awesome, dude.
Epic, man, because I always drive by here. This is the main intersection of Taipei 101, and I just had to do a time warp through that intersection, and there's no way in heck I'm gonna walk that. So you know what? I'm like, get a Y-roll cable cam. Let's just tie it on the Y-roll and just do a time warp. But unfortunately,
yeah,
it win,
it's
but
amazing. I mean, I would say, even from my perspective, I think it's such an amazing clip. You know, it almost feels like you're flying a drone, but we all know, you know, it's probably
yeah.
illegal to fly a drone on this busy street.
I mean, I have to say that this was quite an dangerous attempt at that. But you know, this 2 years ago. It's okay. I like to share. Yeah, it's okay. Nobody's hurt. Nobody's hurt, but to make sure, yeah.
That's more important. I think safety is more important as we go out to attempt all of
Absolutely.
this. So absolutely. All right. So then the next clip is your 2020 attempt. You know, the $1 million challenge. I think your daughter, she's now an internet celebrity. Everyone can remember her iconic laughter. You know, just by looking at this picture, I almost feel like I'm hearing the laughter right now.
I'm
So
sorry,
I think
everybody.
I think just one question that I have, and I think a couple of our viewers also had this question, is like, you know, what actually inspired you to get the shot? Because, you know, we've seen the evolution of what you were trying to capture, right? Focusing on the feature, trying to capture the action shot, trying to use a certain feature. But then when it comes to this shot, some people might just feel like, well, it's just a girl, your daughter holding the camera, having fun. And what did you actually knew you were going to win the $1 million challenge when you shot this?
This one, absolutely not. To be honest, I knew exactly the day as well. It was because winter time in Taiwan is very gloomy and rainy,
Yep.
but for a specific day, this afternoon had a beautiful sunset. So I got off work, got home, and I told my wife, "Honey, it's beautiful Sunday. Let's take Esme out to CKS Memorial, and then get her to do some fun selfies." Now, the reason I think this really shined is because, other than being so authentic and the laughter and the rawness of the shot, she was, if you guys pay attention, Hero 9, the main feature was the front screen.
Yes.
Right? So for this shot, I think it's because she was staring at herself in the front screen, and bam, that's how
She
GoPro
laughed.
saw. That's why she was laughing. So that's
Yeah, I think I've got the BTS. Let me play it, and then I think you can walk us through that moment.
Okay.
And dude, can I just say, like, I love that you document all this stuff, because you never know which shot is going to win.
Yeah.
And just like this shot that you actually document the BTS, you won it. So I think it's amazing. I'm just going to play it so that everyone can see what's up and what went down.
Yeah.
Today we came to CKS, and try to capture the $1 million challenge. Beautiful weather today. Let's try to get it.
Beautiful weather today. Try to get it.
Yeah, another thing is, I always document everything. That's what you have a GoPro for. Just document life.
How many hard discs do you have, my friend?
Seriously, yeah. See a lot of spinning shots. They're very classic, POV shots.
Slow-mo shots.
So, you don't see much kids holding selfie sticks. So that's what I wanted to capture.
Nice. So you knew that you were going to take a kid selfie shot.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I wanted. It was for her, because knowing my daughter, she's very animated. She's very hyper. Learned it from her big brother. Her personality is very, very, very bright, very, very, animated. I like to call her a little cartoon character, but she's very funny and playful. So I gave her a GoPro and just let her run around the whole memorial site.
Dude, amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. And I think I like what you said about being authentic, being raw. And I think for all our viewers out there, I think that's something that I think over at GoPro, it's something that we celebrate, about being authentic and the raw moments and the raw emotions that we love.
A lot of people ask me like how does your kid go about acting out these things? It's not acting.
Being such a great actress.
Being playful. Yeah.
She's just being herself.
Yes.
Yeah, like this. This is the moment that she saw the camera and the front screen, checking herself out.
Just looking at herself. Yeah. So I think highlighting that feature, GoPro saw that and they selected it. So pretty lucky. Yeah.
To recap his point, that is probably more important than choosing the right setting. So if you are out there thinking of what to shoot, maybe the right takeaway you should be thinking about is, hey, where is the location that you want to capture? What is the story that you want to tell? And I think last but not least, to Johnny's point, like we saw with his daughter, to be authentic, to be raw, to be authentic. Yep. All right, so Johnny, moving on. This one here, I've seen you speak and preach about this every time I see you do an IGS. The other day on GoPro Taiwan, they got you to do an IGS as well. It's something that you iterated very heavily on. Image quality. Maybe, Johnny, can I get you to share with us or define to us, what do you mean by image quality? Because people just say, oh, image quality is good, but what exactly is image quality? What should these people here be looking out for?
Right on. So image quality, it consists of, first thing is having clean lens. Okay.
That's
Now
right.
this year the Hero 10 has a really beneficial hydrophobic lens, where for those who like to play in the water or deep diving or whatnot, the water just repels from your lens. So keep your lens clean. That's very, very easy, very simple, right? And another thing is lighting is always key. If you guys watched the previous GoPro tips stream with Abe and Tegan and Nina, they talked about um, the lighting and the color between the background that you're filming in and the thing that you're wearing, right? So
Clothing. Yeah. What are you wearing?
yeah, what are you wearing? So I would say dress down, because usually the environment is already very, very chaotic, right, where you're filming. So you want to like dress light colored, I would say, not too many patterns and whatnot. But these are just little details that the more you film, the more you understand. But yeah, one thing is just keeping the lens clean, having a bright lit environment. Yeah, it's fairly easy. Don't worry too much about the setting. Like I said, you can shoot it in 2.7K, 4K, or 5K. It doesn't really matter as long as the lens is clean and you have a good bright lit environment. I think that's really crucial. Yeah.
Right on, dude. Right on. Clean lens, clean lens, clean lens, you
You
guys.
don't know how many times
Please.
a
Yeah.
shot is ruined because of a fingerprint.
That's right. I mean, for me, my takeaway is before I press the shutter, I make it a good practice, a good habit to use my t-shirt just to give my lens a wipe.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's clean.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's clean, I pick my GoPro up, all right, and I just clean the lens. That's it. It takes you less than 2 seconds to clean the lens, and it's a lifetime to remember. Who knows you're gonna get the shot, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Who knows? You never know. So
You never know. So clean the lens. Yeah, it's a camera. And Johnny, down to your last tip. And this one is my favorite, because you stated here uniquely GoPro. And I mean, when you tell me uniquely GoPro, I don't even understand what that means, What does that mean? Yeah, for the people here joining us.
uniquely GoPro. I have to bring everybody back 10 years ago. Some people may not know, but the original selfie was created with a Hero 1 by Paris Hilton. Okay, this is probably just another fun fact. She actually held a GoPro and took the first selfie 10 years ago. All right, so given that fact, GoPro is known for that selfie. And they're known for that POV because it's so small, compact.
Yep.
You can put it anywhere, put it on your mouth, head, chest. So uniquely GoPro, meaning POV, selfie. Yeah, I think very different and unexpected perspectives. So that's what I want to tell everybody. Just put it in very unexpected places. Put it inside a cup. You're drinking a drink. Put some ice in there. Gulp that down. You never know.
Under the water.
Under the
on the
water.
pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you
Under
got
the
some
water.
clips to share with us, Johnny. Shall I play the clips?
Sure.
Let's
That's
let
right.
it roll. All right.
All right. So you see here, everybody can look at the settings right there. This was shot at 2.7K 240, the newest 8x slow mo with the Hero 10, right? And this one is 4K 120, 4x slow mo. Now, I want you guys to pay attention, sure, to the details. I'm not sure with the streaming and the quality and stuff, but what I wanted to show was the hydrophobic lens. This is the feature that I wanted to express, right?
Dude,
So I
it's
did-
amazing. You pull it out of the water and look at that. The water just rolled off the lens.
just
I
rolls off,
think it's
yeah.
amazing.
So
look at that. Look at the water droplets. Oh my
Exactly.
god.
Exactly. So that's one of the features that I wanted to show and express. So
Wow.
I dipped it in the water, pulled it up, and clean as a whistle. You see.
Yeah. So I think one question that people might have, Johnny, and I think I get this question quite often as well, but I want to hear your opinion on it. When should you shoot 240 frames and when should you shoot 120 frames?
Ooh. Okay. So this is a very subjective, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
One thing for sure, with these high frame rates, anything above 60, you really ought to shoot in a bright lit environment. That's just
Okay.
how this game works, with any camera, not just action cameras. Anything above, very high frame rates, you really need more lighting. right? So like for this shot, you know, it's bright lit, you know, afternoon, so 240 FPS is enough. But honestly, 120, you know, 4 times slow mo is already slow enough.
Yeah.
Anything
And I
above
think
that is just
Johnny,
such
I
a
know you say a bright lit environment, but I know you snuck in the clip here when you shared with me some assets, and I saw this and I was like, wow, this firework shot. Who knew you could shoot it in slow motion? I'm just gonna play the clip and I'm gonna let the
oh,
audience see it. And maybe Johnny, you can give us your insights. How do you get a shot like this? So this clip here is a raw clip. All right, this is the raw clip of what you shot.
yeah.
Just your average firework, and I'm gonna share with you what you showed me next. Yeah, look at that! Wow, who knew?
Yeah, so but believe it or not, you know, this was with the Hero 8.
Yeah,
3-year-old camera, 2-year-old camera. So yeah, with slow mo, see how the subject is very bright. You know, this is another example of how you can shoot slow mo when the subject
Yeah.
is extremely bright. Again, yeah, and what I wanted to express in this video is, don't be afraid to move the camera. You know, it's very easy to shoot a static slow mo video, right? Now imagine if I just move that, you know, just a little panning, just a little orbiting motion, and you get a cool orbiting, you know, slow motion. So yeah, don't be afraid to move the camera. That's the use of, you know, that's the benefit of having such a small camera. You can move it around. Yeah.
Dude, that is such an awesome clip, man. I don't know if the viewers can see it, but on my screen here, to look at it in HD and all, it's just amazing. Maybe you should repost this, Johnny. And guys, you should check out his Instagram page and you can watch the full video. Exactly.
Got a
And
lot of
I think, Johnny, I like what you said earlier. The smart thing here in terms of being seen by GoPro is that, hey, you want to sometimes highlight features that might not be so often used, right? Night scenes, typically, I can imagine out of like the thousands of clips that got sent in, maybe a small minority would be a night shots or those special type shots. And here, Johnny, I think you've got a great example. I know this was with an old camera, but hey, night photography is something that has evolved so much over the years, from the Hero 3, which was not able to do night photography, Hero 4, which the first camera that shutter speed was introduced, and today we have one of the most amazing settings. Like, you get amazing night lapse video straight out of the camera.
Seriously, yeah, seriously, just, you know, comparable to a DSLR, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, this shot was with a Hero 4, I believe, in New Zealand about 6 years ago. And,
dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, here's a little star trails. Of course, this was edited, but what I wanted to show in this is, you know, don't be afraid to shoot in the night, right? I mean, now with the larger sensor, with the, you know, amazing 23 megapixel photos, you can do some crazy night lapse and stuff. But specifically the night lapse video. Now, this was a feature that I kept on pushing GoPro throughout the years as well, because I know most people are so lazy to, you know, stitch a photo, right? So
not everyone is like you, Johnny.
You know, yeah, man. So everybody's kind of lazy. So with night lapse video is such a powerful feature. I mean,
it is.
And another thing is, if you watch all these $1 million challenges, not many time lapse and night lapses were selected. So if you got something in your neighborhood, in your country, that's, you know, wow enough, that's epic enough, you know, by all means, submit that.
Send it. Yeah. And one thing I want to call out, if you are shooting long exposure type shots like night lapse, night photo, I think it is very important that you get a decent tripod, because what happens when you are taking long exposure photography is that the camera shutters open, and then any light that passes forms an impression. So that's basically how long exposure photography works in a nutshell. So for Johnny to capture the stars at night, I think you want to go to a place where it's not so polluted with lights. At the same time, you also want to bump up your shutter speed up to 30 seconds if you have to. And for ISO setting, I mean, it's basically the sensitivity to the light. I think you can raise your ISO up to 800 ISO. I think that's fine.
And it's great that you gave that tips in the beginning, right? The QR code.
Yeah,
the tips are all out there. You know, all the techniques, guys. I mean, like I said, now and 5-6 years ago is a huge difference. You guys have all the gadgets in the palm of your hands. You know, the tips and there you go. You know, scan that code.
I am going to flash it on screen again.
Get it.
For those of you who just joined in, please, you know, it's right here. It's the QR code for all the settings that you should know.
So
I think GoPro.
No more need to ask like, oh man, how do you get
What
this?
you do? What you do?
Setting
Yeah.
do this. It's all there.
Exactly.
And to be honest,
All
and
there.
to be straightforward, I mean, the Hero 10 out the box shoots night lapse video perfectly. So if unless you want to do, you know, crazy star trails, night trails like that, you really need to, you know, open up the shutter to 30 seconds. You know, other than that, auto is all good. Yeah.
That's right. And Johnny, I think just one last clip here that you shared with us. I think just some more amazing hero that you have shared.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
So these videos, they really showcase the hyper smooth 4.0 of this new camera. You know, it's so stable. This is my good friend. He's a Red Bull athlete in Taiwan, rollerblader, and I just put this mounts on his head and tell him to do his runs. And another good friend, Red Bull athlete, BMX rider. You know, I just wanted to showcase the 4x3 120 FPS. This is one of my favorite settings.
Dude, it's my go-to setting. 420, 4K 120.
Yeah,
hits it right at that spot, dude. It's
really
it's so crispy. And then for your information, for all of you out there, if you're shooting in 4K, you know, you can actually screen grab up to an 8 megapixel photo. So that's like a win-win, right? Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, I've been shooting a lot with the 5.3K 4.3 and grabbing at 19.
Dude, 19 megapixel frame grab. It's insane. Yeah.
Better than your cell phone. Yeah, it's
insane.
Crispy for sure. You get best of both worlds now with the new camera. So with these settings, is it playing? It
is playing. Yeah. I have one question though, Johnny, and I think I saw someone ask it. I need to look back at the name, but the question basically is, what makes you shoot in 4x3 versus 16x9? Like, you see in these shots here, you shot it in 4x3, right? So why do you choose 4x3 vs 16x9?
All right, so specifically for this shot, I wanted to get his whole body. Okay, very simple. I put it on his helmet, and I wanted to get his full body. Now, you got to frame it properly. So with a 4.3, you get a taller aspect ratio. Okay? The GoPro already shoots wide enough. Right?
Yep,
but
that's right.
With 4.3, you're actually extending the top and bottom with, you know, more footage. So I wanted to capture his whole body spinning around. So that's what I use 4x3 for. I constantly tell everybody to actually shoot 4.3 because you're actually using the full sensor. So why not?
That's right. That's right. And by the way, it looks so much better on social media when you post it, right? Because everyone's using your phones in portrait mode. So 4.3 actually gets you more share of screen.
Exactly. Share screen, and people would want to double tap your footage. More like
That's right.
And with 16x9, I use it mostly when you can actually see the screen, you know, actually follow cam, or, you know, you mount it on a car that's stable. That's when I use 16x9. But other than that, I would use 4.3. Yeah, other than that, for selfies, I use 4.3 because, you know, you never know. You just get your whole body. Yeah, you just get everything.
And the way that I like to use 4.3 is that I shoot it in vertical so that I get a 3x4, even a tall and fat image, you know, so that when you crop it down to Instagram, it's 4x5. You know, you're not actually losing much top and bottom.
That's right. And for stories as well.
Exactly. All right, Johnny, I think thank you so much. You know, once again, you know, you've answered so many questions, or you shared so many valuable tips. And I would say, you know, like, this is like, in knowing you for so many years, not so many people I know are so willing to openly share all their secrets to the trade. And I think for every one of our viewers right here, I think you guys are so lucky, you know. So if you do enjoy any segment, I think please feel free to tag us on Instagram. I think both Johnny and myself would love to see what you guys are up to. All right. If not, Johnny, thank you so much. I will see you next time. And bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.